Hi, I'm back. Let's delve into Mood Sentry's journaling tools and see how I use them. This video will focus on the Android version. The iPhone version is very similar, with minor differences in the human interface. Note that this is a scrolling view. People with smaller format screens may need to scroll to access all the options. This toolset lets you capture and challenge thoughts that can negatively impact your mood. There are different formats for journaling your thoughts. I have found that when it comes to capturing a thought, one format does not fit all. These tools all function in a very similar manner. They allow me to enter items into the database and retrieve those items for future reflections and updates. I'm first going to group essays and observations together because they are similar to each other and each has a drop-down list and one main window for text entry. I use observations quite frequently. I use observations to capture and track thoughts over time. Basically, I want to capture a thought and challenge it through observation. The drop-down list has the existing observations. To add, I tap the plus icon at the bottom of the page. I enter a title and select Save. And then I enter the text for the observation and save again. I can also select Add from the Options menu rather than tapping the plus icon to initiate this process. That's it. I'm back where I started, only on the newly entered observation. If I don't like the title, I can edit it via the Options menu. The observation text can be re-edited by selecting either Customize or double tapping in the text view. I usually double tap. The edit function is the same edit function used in My Experiences, Reminders, and the majority of these tools, and I'll stop mentioning that. Creating an observation or any entry is rarely a one-shot deal. I typically enter and then update the observation multiple times. The Essays feature works essentially the same, and I use that tool quite frequently too. Once again, the Options menu offers multiple options, such as editing the title and hints. I'm next going to group barriers and breakthroughs, cost benefits, and event record together because they all look and function in a similar manner with two windows in which to enter text. I use the event record to capture events associated with thoughts that distress me. I then identify mitigation techniques that may have helped at that time and in the future. I use the drop-down list to select an existing event I want to review. To add an item, I usually tap the plus icon on the bottom of the page. I can also select Add from the Options menu. I then enter a title and select Save. A window to enter the event description text appears, in which I'll enter the text and save. And then a window to enter the mitigation techniques appears. I enter the mitigation text and save. That's it. I'm back where I started, only on the newly created event. If I don't like the title, I can edit via the Options menu. And I can edit either the event description or mitigation text by tapping Customize or double tapping in the text area. For me, this is not a one-pass exercise. I find myself editing and modifying these entries quite often as I learn more about myself and gain more experiences. The barriers and breakthroughs and cost-benefit tools function in essentially the same manner. It's kind of straightforward. The drop-down list contains existing entries. To add, I select the plus icon or select Add from the Options menu. I then enter a title, save, identify some barriers or costs, save, enter some breakthroughs or benefits, and save. I tend to keep these brief. Finally, we have the Auto Thoughts tool. I use this tool to capture and challenge those pesky automatic thoughts I have. This is a 3-window view and functions much like the other tools I have reviewed. I use the drop-down list to select an existing thought I want to review. To add an item, I either tap the plus icon on the bottom of the page or select Add from the Options menu. I then enter a title and select Save. A text box appears in which I'll enter the text associated with the situation and feelings. Next, another text box appears in which I'll enter my best recollection of my automatic thoughts and then save again. And finally, a text box appears in which I'll enter counter thoughts I either used at that time or can use in the future. I'm getting very brief with these right now, aren't I? And there I am. I'm back to where I started, only on the newly created thought. If I don't like the title, I can edit via the Options menu, and I can edit the text by selecting either Customize or double tapping the text area. For me, this is not a one-pass exercise. I find myself editing and modifying these entries quite often as I learn more about myself and gain more experiences. The edit function is the same as the other tools. Most of these tools have examples that I included to show how I use the app and nothing more. I also provide plenty of hints via the Options menu. I built this app to help people currently in therapy, which is why I recommend including your therapist when trying to decide where to begin. This video delved into the journaling tools and how I use them. They function in essentially the same manner, differing in the number of text views to enter your thoughts, counter thoughts, and whatnot. We're just about done learning about Mood Sentry. We just have the thriving tools to review, the subject of the third video.